this. I have no idea what the fuck goes on over there. And like I got friends who tell me their escapades, and I'm just like, y'all are living a life. It's like if someone told you like what living on Pluto was. Like you'd be like, I have no frame of reference for that being like, is that normal? Should I be concerned or should I be supporting this? And they're just like, I don't know either. And I'm like, God damn, God. We're not recording, right?
We absolutely are recording. I haven't gotten you like that in a while.
Nah, yeah. Oof.
You didn't say anything
like,
bad. You're fine.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing to see other people live in their truth. It's just mostly of like sometimes you don't know, should you be giving like a come to Jesus talk or like a you got this talk?
All right. We'll get into that in a moment. Hey, welcome to part 5. So here's some things. We are now through OBS, so theoretically, the video issue should be gone. We may introduce audio issues. Carlos is a loud person, and he's being recorded on the same audio track as the game audio. But from the 4 parts that I edited, I think I have a good handle on the volume. I think I set it accordingly. So we should still have good game audio. Hold on, let me. It's a little quiet. That could be me though.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you fine, but that's okay. Almost like a limited time thing.
Okay.
We'll see how long that works. Let me actually bump the game audio up a little bit.
Yeah, also part 5, still unemployed.
We are in part 5 now, and you're still unemployed. That's true.
I'm getting a couple interviews, so that's going. I got denied because I asked for too much money from one place.
And you weren't like, no, wait.
No, They told me the role required someone who's comfortable wearing many hats, and I heard that, and I was just like, run me the check. Like, you are not about to many hats me for anything less than 6 figures.
Can you be quiet for one? Oh no, okay. This should be fun. The game audio might be a little louder than Carlos, or it might be a little louder than normal. No, it's not going to help. Well, no, it won't because I'm recording you on the same track anyway. So
okay,
it's even if we wanted to fix it, we'll try this for a video, maybe 2, and and then we'll see how it works. I like how you say no worries. I'm not addressing you. I'm addressing the audience.
I'm part of the audience. As much as I'm talent, I'm also audience.
Oh yeah, what'd you think of part 2? What was your favorite part?
All right, shit, man. That's like being Kanye and listening to your own records. This is not right.
I know that. That's why I don't do it, but I have to edit it, so I have to listen to it.
Yeah, that's different, though.
All right, so, yeah, video and audio problems should be fixed. My audio is separately anyway, so I should be able to separate that. It's just a matter of Carlos and the game audio. So we'll see. Hopefully Carlos' internet holds up. I don't know what happened in the last part. It wasn't great.
I'm on an Ethernet port. I'm the only person in the house. Every electronic is off. Let's hope.
Well, without further ado, I suppose we should get going.
Yeah.
Boy, I love this mechanic. I forgot about it. It's weird because the first time I played, I didn't care. I was like, yeah, whatever. This is something nearby. Now I'm like, can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, it's like, I think also it's like, you don't need it.
Yeah, I wish there was an option just to, like, turn it off.
There isn't?
I don't know that. Oh, there's one right here. Thank God. I was like, is this? Because I know there's another one nearby. So I was like, are they seriously like? Because there's one like over there. I'm like, are they?
Yeah, there's also one up above, right?
Yeah. Up above, this is the one.
I have no idea what the hell you were just saying.
The Ricky Martin song. No. We can't sing Ricky Martin anymore. He's problematic now.
No, I've been digging into that.
Oh, and?
Facts still up for debate. We don't have any actual definitions of what was going on.
Okay. Real quick, back to the game. Can you hear the audio? Like, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear that shit.
His grunts. How loud is it?
It's loud enough.
That's not a good descriptor for what I'm looking for.
Not that loud. It's just like
okay, good. That's fine. I just want you to be able to hear it. It doesn't need to be like super loud.
Someone should mod Legend of Zelda to have Goofy sounds instead of Link sounds.
That would be funny. There was a mod. I don't think it ever got finished, but for someone tried to mod the old sound effects back into Spyro Year of the Dragon. Because when they did the remastered collection or the remakes, they're like actually full blown remakes. When they did that, they removed some of like the goofy like early or late '90s, early 2000s sound effects, and like replaced them with more modern ones. And people were like, "Why? We didn't ask for this. What do you mean?" It wasn't like a big thing, but for me, I was like, "Oh man, that's a bummer."
Hey, so that shit though, it like does annoy the fuck out of me. Those might not real. That was painful. I thought you had that.
It's trash. That's so close. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna miss it again. Oh,
Like when they changed Ratchet's voice.
Well,
Like I get it, but also I'm like, nah.
see
And
that
also,
that one's different because that's such a hard thing to like hold on to. Ratchet had a different voice for one game, and it was the very first game. And there's been, I think, legitimately like a dozen different games since then. And like, so like, definitively, we have a Ratchet voice, and it's not the first voice. Like,
yeah, true.
it's so that one's weird to me, but I kind of get what you mean.
More annoying to me is a game that only has a series that only has 3 games, and it's Infamous. It annoys me every time I jump from Infamous 1 to Infamous 2, and I'm like, I don't like this voice actor. I don't like
Does
what
Call
he's
of Voice
doing.
actually change? I can't remember.
Yeah, they changed the voice actor because they first, when they announced Infamous 2, they redesigned the entire character. They gave the motherfucker hair and shit.
They did, yeah.
And there was a whole thing of like, oh, like Greg Miller spearheaded it. Was like, we change it back to the old Cole. And so they still kept a different voice actor, but they came up with like the old look. And I'm just like yeah, he was a gruff white man, balding and shit, but also
Sucker Punch makes strange decisions sometimes.
sure, I'm excited to see. And then they just came up with Infamous Second Son. They were like, yeah, whole new thing. No real reference to that first series.
Infamous Second Son is great because they're like, we want to do the superpower thing again, but we want to abandon every other part of it that we already established. There's no Infamous lore like that. That like we just basically started from scratch, and we're just like a new character. It's very
The
strange.
worst part about Second Son is it feels like a launch game that like I always saw as like, oh, when they come up with the next game in the series,
Yeah, that's
they'll
what
really
was
give
super
that
weird.
PS4 game.
It really, really felt like they were going to do another one. They did First Light, which I played like a little bit of, but couldn't get super into.
It was alright. It was just more Infamous with just one power. So to me, I just felt like halfway through it, I was like, why am I playing this?
Yeah, like the smoke power up is pretty good, but like I'm not going to play the entire game with just it.
But yeah, that was another beef I had with that game. Was like it came up with too many powers, where I was just like, nah, just give me one guy.
Can you
And
can you remember a single instance of using the third power?
was that the video one?
Yeah, like I remember using smoke and I remember using neon. I did not use the other one. Like,
It was
at
good.
all.
It was good for traversal, but
I think
I
neon
also
was good
remember.
for traversal. Oh, they're awake now.
Yeah, neon was really good, but if you had to like fly across, it had the gliding ability. The worst one was like they give you concrete at the end of the game with no enemies left, so you can just use it on side shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot concrete was in it. Whose ability was concrete again?
It was the evil bad, the
Yeah.
main bad. That was how she was getting at people. Was I'll turn them into concrete, which I'm like, it's kind of a cool ability. Like I'm not gonna hate,
It's pretty badass.
but I would have rather just like give this guy smoke / fire and make it into like he's the fire guy to Cole's electricity thing.
Yeah, I don't know. They got really like considering that the first power up was electricity and everything that accompanies that. It's kind of they went kind of like abstract for the second one, like surprisingly quick. Where they're like, all right, so we've got this guy. His power is electricity. It's like, okay. What about the next guy? It's like, all right, smoke. Like like air.
Smoke
It's like,
worked.
It's like, well, no, it's just smoke. It's like, okay. So what about another power? How about neon? Oh, all right. I guess that'll be colorful and stuff. That'll be cool. We can market that, sure. Okay, what's the third one? Video. I have you heard of fire or water or wind? Like I guess smoke is wind. That smoke's close enough to wind, I think.
Well, my thing was like, if you're gonna do that stuff, don't.
Just
Just
don't.
don't. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, nah, man.
Nah.
I think the idea will just lead you down poor paths instead of just going like, here's one power, here are all the ways that someone could really like use them really cool.
Let me
Because
count
I
the
think,
ways. Also, this is a fun one because it's like guarded by spikes that you can't get over. I think the way the game wants you to do, and I might be able to do, is you can. I think you can jump from a horse onto it. But I always just like climb up the rock wall behind it.
yeah, I
and
think
just,
that
like,
I
glide
think
down.
that's the way.
I think
not
there's. I mean, I think like every one, there's multiple ways.
I mean, true. That must have
Is
been kind
my
of fun
horse
to be
over
like,
here?
we're just gonna throw this here and just see
Seems-
what happens.
Hold on, Eder couldn't hear my call.
Fuck off.
Carlos, Carlos, Carlos. Yeah, I was yelling during a meeting, and as you do, but like in like an excited way, not in like a "fuck you" kind of way. Like, and someone knocked on my door, and I was like, people never knock on my door, so this is embarrassing. Not because I was being too loud, which thank God. That is one benefit of my, and we will not give details on the apartment, Carlos. That is one detail, or one benefit of the way my apartment is structured, is that I don't have to worry about people complaining about noise and stuff like that.
He was on the top floor of a penthouse.
Can you not?
Oh, overlooking Seoul in South Korea. So like,
Okay, that didn't work at all. Okay, sorry, horse. Horse? Horse? Okay.
oh
Hey,
yeah. So you gonna have
what's our bond
You're gonna
at
have to
now,
try
friend? Hey, there you go. Hey, there. It's fine. It's not fine. I fucked up. That's not how you're supposed to do it at all. But yeah. How's your week been?
So I've been watching my friend's dog. That's not that intriguing. Waste of time interviews.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're getting interviews at least, though.
Yeah, that's like the one good thing. The worst part of it though is
Hands down, the worst part of being unemployed is trying to apply to places and then just never hearing back. That shit's demoralizing.
yeah, that shit hurts. So at least places are trying to get back to me because it's like last week, I don't think anyone got back to me. So I ended the week on like a shit. Like this is gonna go on. Where at least this week it feels better of being disqualified for an interview because you're asking for more money.
Yeah, but also saying we're looking for someone who wears many hats. It's like that's a red flag.
Yeah, that was just you're about to waste my fucking time, or as well as the hours that they were keeping was 10 to 7, and I was just like,
Ooh,
nah,
yeah.
that sounds like coming in 9 to and leaving at 8. Because
Yeah.
motherfuckers is coming in late as shit, and then you're like, well, I guess I'll figure it out now.
I don't know why I was.
It pissed me off with the
overcomplicating it.
old
It's
job.
super easy to do that. I don't know why I was overcomplicating it. This is definitely one of those shrines that I feel like most people do because it's on the way to your next objective and it's like right in the way.
I would love to know how they pace this.
Right? How many of these like because so in my imagination, they must have had a lot more ideas than just like 120 for the shrines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there must have been shrines that just didn't make it. And I'm curious what ones didn't make the cut because I think that'd be really interesting. And I'm more curious where there's some where it's like, okay, it makes the cut, but like we gotta throw this way deep because like people aren't gonna be able to solve this. Like how many of like the late game shrines are pure puzzle? Like it's not even
True.
like the enemies are too hard. It's just like they figured the puzzle was too hard.
I would love to know the analytics also of like the paths most often taken.
I would guess they don't have those analytics. Nintendo's not really big on collecting that stuff, I don't think.
I mean,
Whereas if it was like
probably
Microsoft
true.
or Sony, I feel like they would have those metrics.
Yeah, I remember when Ubisoft also had a fun little like on Assassin's Creed Black Flag. You gonna have to freeze that shit and then
I remember the best way to do it.
no. It'll go straight in. You don't have to do it. Oh wait, yeah,
No, it
you
won't.
can't put 3. You can put 3. I was telling you to freeze it with the The other one.
Oh, maybe if I... Oh, from below. That's... Yeah, duh. I was overcomplicating it. Again. Okay,
Yeah, but then you won't have enough.
Two. Huh? Huh?
Oh, that would have been hilarious if somehow that...
Yeah, one more. That's alright, though. That's too high. Well, maybe. Yeah, that's too high. Like, I was like, Yeah, I feel like this is definitely one I do, like, every single time because it's, like, right in the way. Getting too far from it.
Nah, double the platform up.
I think I pushed it away. This should work. Hopefully. She just need to give it a little bounce. Whoa!
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Oh, fuck.
Shit!
We got too much time, I think. Or too much beaten down. I don't know. Hey,
Last chance for the top one. There we go.
Oh, there's a chest over there. I don't care. This is a beginner shrine. There's nothing good in there.
I'm such... but I will say, being unemployed and watching shows with drug addicts getting high while they're also unemployed be making you feel really judgy about yourself.
I took a day off tomorrow because I've got
You should have told me that.
Why?
My boss isn't here tomorrow, so we could have recorded during the daytime.
We can do both.
I mean, true, yeah, but I can't get high before noon. What am I, unemployed?
I mean, yes.
Yes, this is true.
See, you're thinking this. I get why you're thinking about stuff this way, but if I may be so bold, Carlos, when else are you gonna get the chance to get high before noon? When else are you gonna get the chance to wake and bake? You can't do that when you're a productive member of society. This is the only time you can do this. It's not so much like you're doing this because you're unemployed. It's doing this because this is the only chance you have to do it.
True.
You got to think of it as like an adventure.
So here's my thing.
I'm a really bad influence.
Yeah, but my rules for engaging in getting high are as follows. I'm allowed to do when we record. That's a performance-enhancing drug.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. You've made a specific rule for yourself that when you record with me, you're allowed to get high.
That's the only time I'm allowed to get high, Monday through Thursday.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know this. You did this by accident once. We went to record. We did a couple parts of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And the next time, Carl showed up and was like, by the way, I'm high as shit on like a Wednesday. And like, I was like, okay, well, that's fucking stupid, dude. That's annoying. And then we went on to record what I think was the best video in the series. So I was like, okay, well, you know, I guess you can. And then it went from that to like, what, you didn't get high for this? It went back to like, wait, you're sober? What about the content? Which I do think is funny. I think, again, bad influence.
To Juliana, I'm like, that's a tax write-off. I'm writing that off. That's my one high Monday through Thursday.
I am not going to speak tax write-offs into existence right now because my tax write-offs look very different than most. So...
also, filing taxes yourself. My dad finally cut me off on doing my taxes for me.
You're 30 years old. He should have cut you off.
Nah, I said, what's the point of having a dad if he's not doing your taxes? What is your job, sir? What do you do here?
And he came back.
It's not father.
And he came back and he was like, "What's your job?" And you're like, "All right, fair point, fair point."
All right, I did say that. I was like, I have 2 W-2s here, sir. I will be treated like an adult.
You know my tax woes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've talked about it a little bit in videos before. If you guys didn't know, because I make some money on YouTube, not a lot, not Pentos money.
Just enough to get you fucked up.
I can afford the games I buy over the course of the year money. That's about it. I don't make enough to buy a shitbox car money. Let me put that into perspective. I have to wait for my my bonus and my tax return for that. But yeah, it's what was I going? I was going here with someone. Oh, so my taxes, because I make this joke a lot of like, in the eyes of the U.S. government, I am a small business owner, and that's true, because I have to file my taxes as a small business owner, despite it being like kind of like freelance 1099 kind of stuff. But because I file it that way, it's more expensive. Like, I don't know how much it costs to get a layman's taxes done at H&R Block. It cost me $500.
Good lord.
Yeah.
that's also.
But
to go,
so it's dual.
Right,
It's got two prongs, because one, I have never gotten more back than when I started filing with H&R Block, and then that's when my dad would do like TurboTax or do my taxes or like stuff like that. It far and away more than I ever got. It came to a head in like 2018 or 2017, when for some reason like I had to pay, and I was like, I'm in college working like basically like full time. How the fuck do I have to pay? And then I brought it to H&R Block, and I'm like, you don't have to pay. What the fuck? And then got me money back. And then the next year they were like, yeah, here's a bunch more money than you ever gotten back in a tax return. I was like, oh, awesome. Can we keep doing this? And more importantly, I don't want to be audited. So I'm like, let someone else do it, because I am not an accountant, and it's fucking weird that the U.S. government is like, hey, do your own taxes. We know how much you owe. You better make sure you find that number. It's very odd.
A good thing is the only people who get audited by the IRS tend to only make $45,000, and as soon as I made more than that, I told everyone in my family I ain't paying no more fucking taxes to Uncle Sam. If he wants that shit, he can get that shit back in blood.
Well, to the IRS's credit, which is something I never thought I would say, there was that year where they audited all the right-wing people. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean,
occasionally someone gets it right.
I have no beef with the IRS in and of itself.
I also have no beef with the IRS. We should pay taxes. It makes sense that they have to monitor it.
Yeah. I'm just like, yo, in countries in Europe, they just send you the receipt and like make sure that shit add up right. And I'm like, I am qualified to do that. I'm also qualified with the inputting, but also I'm like, why do you want to risk it? Why do you want to like make sure my guesstimations work out?
I feel the exact same way. I'm like, why is this up to the person? Like, if this is so important, why the fuck are we doing it ourselves? Yeah. And I know the answer. It's so that rich people can be like, oh well, I did this, and this, so I actually have to pay nothing, even though I made
also
millions.
TurboTax.
Yeah, and TurboTax actively lobbying the U.S. government to be like, don't worry about it.
We should end the government. No, I'm joking.
We should end TurboTax.
Yeah, TurboTax gotta go. But I did file with TurboTax. This video is not brought to you by the people at TurboTax.
It is not brought to you by TurboTax.
We will change our opinion if you bankroll this video. So,
as with any sponsor,
yeah,
pay us.
Not any sponsor.
As with most sponsors, pay us and we'll stop slandering you.
Like you start getting sponsored by Lockheed and Martin, you gonna start saying like, yeah, we got bombed them kids in Iraq. You wouldn't.
Anyway,
it was weird. I saw a Raytheon commercial, and I was like,
"Who's that for?"
I was like, people know what you do.
That's right up there with every car commercial I've ever saw. Like, who's watching TV? Who's watching an episode of Big Bang Theory, and sees a commercial for the 2024 Hyundai Super Mega Blast or the Hyundai Baja Blast, and is like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I could use a new car. I'm like, who makes a decision like that?
Nah, want to know what blows my mind? It's like, so when
Basic
I was
math?
getting a, yes, but when I was getting a car in New York, I stumbled upon car review YouTube, and then I was just thinking about like, what kind of hobby is it to be like really into cars? Because I'm like,
it's
PC gaming. I get to a point, but a car?
I feel like being into cars used to be affordable. Like, it wasn't that crazy to like take up a shit box and like fix it up, and that sounds rewarding. Taking like an old car that's kind of like bummed out and replacing all the parts piece by piece and like slowly making it like a good. That sounds cool. I can appreciate that. I think as a guy, as a man, as a fella.
Oh wow!
I can. It's just in our nature. We just feel it. Where it's like,
I get that.
I want to fix up a car. There's a part of me that wants to do that. However. I cannot imagine that being cost effective now. That seems like one of those things where someone along the way noticed, like, hey, these poor people have found a way to have fun. How can we monetize this?
Now it's
I got some rice.
honestly, I think the other fun thing about car culture in my mind is like car culture also does a great job of showing what's wrong with NFTs and all that shit. Because there's always like if you had a really nice car, like even if you weren't familiar with cars, you knew what you were looking at was a really fucking nice ass car. Like someone put time into that shit, crafted it. Was just like, oh, I know this part is gonna make my car either sound cooler or look better, and like seeing the authorship was cool. But every single NFT, I'm always just like, hey, did you just put your butt on a Xerox and just hit like print, print, print? But nah, car culture is cool, but also
I like the way you view it, NFTs.
I've not seen one NFT that made me go, that's cool
that
for
was
you
my
to own.
this was my favorite part about the entire NFT saga, which was that there was not a single NFT where I was like, wow, yeah, you know what? Like every single one I saw, I was like, this just looks like the shittiest mass-produced. Like it's just so blatant. Where I'm like, this like they made hundreds of thousands of these and sold each one for like tens of thousands, and it's like it didn't take effort to make them. They're not all different. They're like they all follow like a fucking theme in like a generator or something. I'm like, what is the point? For who?
There were a couple times where I was like, oh, maybe. But then at the very baseline, I was like...
And to be clear, you mean in the very beginning.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, cool, like, the love of my life as a photographer. So I was like, oh, this would be a cool way, in my mind, to make money off of your art. And then I was like, that's not where the real money in the whole scheme comes into it. The real money... You're not making that.
No, I tried. Oh, I fell way too far.
Oh. But the real money isn't coming from the initial sale of the product. It's coming from the resale value.
Yeah, it's whatever shyster.
And so I'm like,
convinces someone to buy it for far more than they bought it. That's the whole game.
Yeah. So my whole thing was just like, and then they were like, they always try to say it's a community, and I'm like, what is this community for?
As someone who's watched the entire series of Community, I know a thing or two about communities. This is not it.
What do y'all talk about? Oh, we all got this cool painting.
You remember that video? You sent me the essay.
Yeah.
Where it was like, all of it is just the mentality of like we're gonna make it big, and if anyone's like, hey guys,
gonna get rich.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna apply the smallest bit of logic here because I'm just a little bit worried. And like, what do you want? Not want to be rich? Like, no, that's what I just asked. Like a basic clarifying question, and they were like, this guy doesn't want to be rich. It's like, whoa, you're sounding real scammy right now. Like,
I'm watching it with AI, this whole AI thing happening right now, and the thing that someone pointed out early in the whole NFT crypto thing was always like, they have an invention but no application. So they're constantly just trying to figure out what to apply it to, and most of this shit don't make sense. Like they just figured out how to at the end of the day how they would make money.
I think because at a base level, they didn't create something because there was a need for something. They created something with the express intent to turn into money. Yeah, and it doesn't serve a function. Like, yeah. So naturally, they went to art because, as they see it, art is just like superfluous and doesn't serve anything. And they're like, "Oh, anyone can make art." That's why the AI art debate is very. I shouldn't say debate. It's not a debate. It seems like people have mostly come to the conclusion here. It's like, yeah, maybe it's not cool if it's just like stealing other people's artwork. Like,
what's interesting in my mind is like it's cool in the idea of like fooling around with something, like. Taking that thing
if you want to just like mess around, but then when you turn around and be like, "Hey, I use this for my short story," or "I use this. Look at my art I made." It's like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah. Because it's like one thing if you like there was that comic, but the panels can't be copyrighted because AI art. But I'm like, yeah, if you told the story, you can use AI art because you're like, I didn't really like the drawings I was personally making, but like also the whole problem with AI art in my mind is like, you now no longer can go out there and talk to an artist and be like, "Can you draw this for me?" Or like
It just
fill this in.
it more
It's
to
just
me. It just feels like, and I feel like this kind of hits at it to like its core. It feels like it was created by people who don't have artistic talent, and instead of trying to study and learn artistic talent, they try to be like, well, what if I just make it for me? Because they don't really see it as, they don't see art as, something where it's like, oh, I had an idea and this was important to me and I wanted to draw it. They see it as, it is a commodity. It is something that I personally cannot create with the normal way, but I can create a facsimile of it. And the quote I always hear is, it looks good enough. It's like, because they don't care about the specifics. They're not spending 10 hours tweaking a drawing they've already done. They're like, well, most people won't notice this. Good to go. And I'm like, that's so, that's not art at all. Like,
it is the type of people who argue a movie is better than another movie because of the blockbuster,
yeah,
like sale.
yeah, that's exactly.
And they hate people who want to. And maybe I'm reaching here, but they hate the idea,
and they're virgins. That's reaching.
But like they kind of hate the idea of you fooling around with something just to fool around to figure out if you're good, and that you're not immediately turning it into a profit.
These are the same people who did not go into an artist. These are the people who make fun of like the liberal arts and stuff like that, because they're like, why would you bother doing that? There's no application for it. And then now they're like, oh, here's an application for it. But I skipped this part. So
why hire someone to do tasteful advertising for you when you can throw those PR words into an AI generator and like the new Clarendon is now free, like, or whatever nonsense ad they would come up with because they don't want some person who went to an art school to come back and be like, oh, actually, you do have to pay me. You do have to like treat me with some respect.
No, they just want it done.
Just sounds boring, man.
I don't remember how to get to
where you need to go.
Where is that little town?
It's right there. It's the blue thing, right? That's not. Oh no, that's
the tower. Yeah, I'm close to it. I just don't know where it is.
Yeah. Go. No, it's not. It's more northern.
No. I think it is northern. I think you're right. Like, but I thought I was on the right track. I guess. I mean, there's an easy way to do it. Hold on. What am I doing? Wait. There we go. I could just seek out info.
And Great Plateau.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, yeah. It is north.
Yeah.
Where the fuck am I going?
Oh, I think you were going for the first Divine Beast. I have no idea. We just vibing here.
We are just vibing. Which is why this game is so perfect for it, because I'm just, just messing around. Oh, that's not a sneak strike.
So many fucking scams on all these goddamn jobs. These job sites. Just like if you sign up for the email thing, you'll get so many like garbage ass emails of like, "Hey, just schedule a Zoom interview with us, and we'll let you be a knife salesman."
Oh God, so those kind of people have adapted, is what you're telling me.
Yes. Now, if like you sign up for any of them shits, so pretty much. If you're gonna do a job search, LinkedIn helps a lot because there isn't that nonsense. But like, they all suck. LinkedIn also sucks mostly to me because I'm like,
LinkedIn.
Why am I here?
LinkedIn follows the same kind of shortcoming that I see with most apps that become like the most popular of a function. And what I mean by that is like, Venmo basically overtook Cash App and became the like kind of de facto. Obviously, it differs. Everyone has their thing. Like Uber became more popular than Lyft and whatnot. But whatever one is the top is always the one that's like, what if we turned our app into like a social media site? And collectively, everyone was like, we don't want that. Stop it. Like LinkedIn, I can see it because it makes more sense. Cause it's like, well, it's networking. Of course you would network. I was like, yeah, but like, it's weird.
You should only be able to post jobs on there because I hate the professional posts. I hate the nature of someone or the fucking idea of putting your professional self and your personal self in the same.
I don't even know how that happens.
Motherfucker said, "Get out of here."
Oh, I think he sneezed and kicked me away. I was like so ready. I was like, I got this. And I was like, I did not got this.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's the my skill level in this game is all over the place. Because sometimes I'll be doing crazy things, and then sometimes I just like he kicks me and I die.
Again, you're living by the very basic philosophy of I can give more punches than you can take, but you can't take any punches in retaliation.
Yes. The glass cannon is the best way to go. Hinox's youngest kin. Oh, he's got a thing on his Oh, I don't have any arrows. God, so I wish you told me about the arrows. I can't even like switch it because I'm holding my controller, so I can still run after. Uh-oh. Oh, come on.
Oh yeah, I've gotten really into Scarlet Nexus.
I'm glad, because that honestly, it's a game I've been eyeing for like a long time. I ended up buying it, but I just haven't had the time to play it. And hearing that you're enjoying it is good, because you're kind of like a good like canary in the coal mine for it.
It's made me enjoy, like I'm enjoying it to the point where I'm like, ooh, maybe I should get into them Tales games again.
Ooh, I don't know. That's almost not a good endorsement for me. I don't like the Tales games.
Nah, but
I find them kind of very generic.
No, I get that. It's my thing is like, it feels like the combat is really good, and I think it's really cool. And the writing is you better eat.
You're like slightly delayed, so I love it because you're like, you'll stop what you're doing and be like, whoa, what? You gotta figure this out.
But like the combat's really cool. The storyline has some like really cool ideas and shit.
We love to see good ideas.
And then the one thing is like, sometimes I'm like, the writing can get a little bit too JRPG. In terms like,
ooh, but I love
Juliana be making fun of me when I play because she's just like, what? Because my girl is tasteless. She's just like, why do they sound like cartoon porn voices? And I'm like, one,
are you playing
think
Japanese?
No, I'm playing in English.
Oh, that's even more concerning.
Yeah, but she's also a hater with no taste.
Juliana does, from what it seems like, and I'm going to dance this around this very carefully.
No, you can get into it.
Does seem like she has some more basic tastes.
All right.
Well, like you were like, yeah, I think you were about to fight me on it. I was like, that was like the most lukewarm take I could have given. What do you mean?
Never. She's my fiance, and she knows everything I'm about to say right now.
Okay, I'll trust that's true.
The thing about Juliana is she does not like anything. Like with her artwork, it's mostly about a sense of real and like things people can touch. And so she likes as real as she can get. She sees one fucking thing levitate, fly, a mythical creature. She's like,
interesting.
No, I have no interest. Cannot do it.
That's so really interesting.
But she loves a movie about some guy going through a difficult divorce, minor who got lung cancer, shit like that. She's all up in that. She's all for it, and she can do every once in a while like an action movie or something. But she's just like as soon as I'm always trying to like, I love Star Wars so much. Why don't you try to watch one Star Wars movie with me? And she's just, yeah, where the fuck are you going, dog?
He had this stupid fucking thing on him. And then I found another one. Like,
no, I think you gotta go back.
I feel like at the end of this little like, I think
he's laying on that shit.
I think there's gonna be 3, and I think at the end of this little like pathway is gonna be where I'm supposed to put these in. I think I should just run ahead and figure it out. So I'm using a giant boomerang. Hold on, wait.
That's also why she can't do video games.
Like no video games.
She likes The Sims.
Yeah, I was gonna say
she likes Mario.
There are sim likes that I feel like you could introduce her to. Oh, she likes Mario.
Yeah, she's got like a handful of games on her Game Boy Advance, and she'll play on my Switch.
This is very weird.
And she's just like, yeah, this is what I play, and it's like these Wario World.
She's like, this is the good shit. Not the crap you play. And you're like, what?
Yeah, she got mad Jeremy about it. But
You can't say that.
but
He'll
yeah,
watch this. Hey Jeremy, how's it going? I'm not
the
kidding.
one video you watch.
He will. I'm not kidding. Jeremy watches. From what I can tell, Jeremy watches games and series that he also has played. He's popped in on some Pokemon stuff here and there. So there is
The
a decent.
Jeremy we
There's
both know.
there's
The
a
Jeremy I've been in his home.
there's a decent chance that he may peek at this. I don't know if he'll make it to part 5, but he may peek at this.
Jeremy and the one I've been in his home.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, no.
It's once in a blue. I'll see him once every like 2 years pop in a stream. But
Well,
it's always a
well,
chance.
you better tell that motherfucker. After running into Pat, Pat is such a delightful person. It's very funny
It
know.
is very strange that Pat has done a 1-8. Yeah, see what I mean? Here's a third one.
And Juliana has like no idea of like or concept of who Pat was. Before Pat was just like, oh,
So many here.
I gotta get clean and shit, which is beautiful.
Yeah, you love to see it.
But also, I'm like, yeah, he was a high schooler who could a little be like Eeyore, and now he's a lot of fun to be around.
Here's a fun fact that someone pointed out to me yesterday. Did you know that the voice of Eeyore is the same person who voices Optimus Prime?
No, but
I think it's Peter Cullen is his name.
that confirms my theory.
What?
Everyone's got an Eeyore in them. Optimus Prime does too.
Now that I've told you it, you can kind of hear it, right? You like
Yeah.
compare the two in their head. There's clearly some puzzle here. I don't know what it is, and I'm like, I'm
No,
not
you got-
particularly engaged.
There's a hole there.
There are 3 of them, Carlos, and like back to
Yeah,
back.
each
These
one-
guys are usually much more spread out, and they each drop a little ball, but I don't know where to put the balls.
Paul.
I don't know where they go.
That's what she said.
I don't think that is what she said. I think she would know where they went. She probably took a basic human anatomy class. You know what's fucked up?
Peacock.
I guess, but we can talk about that later, I guess. I took anatomy in college, and I was like, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Oh yeah, that course is brutal.
It's like a lot of memorization. There they are.
One of my favorite things about
This makes sense, I guess.
when I used to do the advising for pre-med and like nursing and stuff is like that is always the people who are like, oh, I need to take this course and I'm only gonna go to this type of school because I'm like, oh, it'll be easier than becoming a doctor or a dentist. And I'm always just like, these courses are brutal as fuck. And if you come out with a low GPA, it don't fucking matter.
Like, you can get your degree, but if your GPA is low enough, it doesn't matter. You're still fucked. You told
Yeah,
me
well-
countless stories of people who are like, yeah, I didn't know being a doctor would be so hard.
What's wild? Like getting into vet school, very difficult. And you need a very good GPA. And people were like, oh yeah, this D in chemistry is not gonna hold me back. And I'm like, I'm not taking my dog to you. Like this is at a level of this shit is pretty much my child, and I will fucking stab you like John Q in the hospital before I let someone with a D in organic chemistry come anywhere near my child.
What about inorganic chemistry? What about alchemy?
Well, no, inorganic chemistry is a thing.
Yeah, what about alchemy?
Alchemy, I mean, if you get a D in alchemy, I'm just. What are your values? What do you do as a person? You know.
I can't tell if the ball respawned back over here. It did. Okay. Look at that draw distance. It normally isn't that bad, but like today, just now, I was like, okay, they probably could have loaded that a little closer, like or a little further away.
That reminds me. My next game on the docket is Elden Ring. I gotta, get
That
in
would be
on
exciting.
That.
I wish you had this set up in reverse because I would love to see you play Elden Ring and just kind of like watch along. But you
Just
don't.
as Carlos gets more and more frustrated.
I've played a little bit of Elden Ring. I beat the first big boss and I beat the second big boss, and then I haven't really played too much since then. It's good. I think it's definitely the most accessible of the Souls games, which I don't know if other people are going to agree with me on that. It does feel like if Dark Souls made a Breath of the Wild, which I hate. I hate this comparison because
Oh, wait, let's
so
make bad comparisons on games.
it's so overused. It's just like this is the breath, this is like Breath of the Wild, and it's like no, it's not.
This is like if Devil May Cry and Skyrim had a baby.
Ugh. But genuinely, it is like a Souls.
All right. I'm
Breath of the
interested.
Wild.
Because also, I'm like, me and Souls, I've just bounced off them so early.
It's in the sense of like in the previous Souls games, I feel like they're fairly linear.
Mm-hmm.
And like they give you options of which way to go first, but at the end of the day, there's only so many paths you can do before you have to unlock something or so on. Elden Ring is different, where it's like, nah, you can pretty much just go anywhere immediately. And like the only gate is just like how good you are, which is a good gate. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this again.
Oh, you fucked up.
I did. I damaged him. Not as much as I would have
but
liked, but I damaged him.
Yeah.
Hey, can you like back up? There. Well, maybe no. Hold on, wait. I take it back. Don't back off. I keep missing the eye. I was getting so good at it when we fought the last one.
You gotta figure out a way to launch yourself so that way you can slow down time.
I was thinking about that. Maybe I'll do it with these bones. Bone.
You're being mad wasteful. You have 4 arrows
No,
left.
it's really upsetting.
Get up out of his legs. You ain't got shit. You ain't got it for him. Give him nice.
Oh, that was funny. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, you ain't got it no more.
We got a situation here.
I don't think you're that guy. Damn, he said fuck you.
Well, now that I'm like this invested,
Yeah, now you gotta do it.
I want to finish this puzzle. Like no, I want to. I want to do it.
Part 5. Nick can't beat one part.
Nick can't aim. I don't know what the fuck happened. I swear I was like actually aiming well before, right? I didn't make that up.
Maybe.
Like I had pretty okay accuracy.
Oh, you gonna have to change your sword.
Yeah. What if I should just throw it?
No, don't fucking throw it. Don't be a little bitch.
Well, he can't hit me up here, I don't think.
No.
Are you saying I can't? You're gating me from it? Well, fuck you. How about that? I think that did hit him, for what it's worth. Yeah, it did. He looks so shocked.
Well, at least you got him right where you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say this seems pretty. This seems to work.
Hit him with the ice.
I need to throw more weapons.
Throw a bomb at him.
That's not gonna do as much as I want. Do a boomerang. These come back.
Allegedly.
Allegedly is correct.
This shit didn't come back at all.
No, it didn't. Giant boomerang my ass. Oh, he thrown a rock. This feels unfair.
You have the higher ground, Anakin.
Wow. He's fucking pissed, dude. I've never seen him get this angry. Wait. No, wait. This is perfect. Kia!
That's how striking someone with a sword works.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, wow.
That's what I wanted to see. That worked out. I'm running out of weapons.
Use that electric shit. You won't fuck him up?
Well, because I got to think about it, because I got to also fight the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Also, he dropped weapons. That's fine.
Yeah.
Dragon Bone. Nice.
It's from Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales. Do you think people who watch Dragon Tales are like messed up in the head now?
Nah, this is PBS. They're just poor.
That's true. Public broadcasting? Okay.
Shout out to Zoom. I remember watching. Do they still got Zoom on the airwaves?
I don't think so. I think I learned someone who was on Zoom and became a real actor. I can't remember who it was.
Come on, let's zoom. Zoom.
This is
What
gonna
a
be.
banger.
Nobody's gonna know what we're talking about. We're old.
No,
Now. We're so
people
fucking
know-
old, dude.
Nah, I be seeing Zoom posts on Twitter.
Yeah. Okay. So,
All right, yeah,
so the
yes, I hang
algorithm,
out.
so the algorithm gave you a Zoom post, and you're like, everyone knows what Zoom means. Hey, chat, do you know what Zoom was? Because I bet I know what most of the answer is.
How dare you disrespect PBS Boston's greatest
I
contribution?
don't think it was PBS Boston. I think it was
Yeah, it was.
worldwide.
No, it
Not
was
worldwide.
PB.
I think it
No,
was
it was produced
nationwide.
in PBS Boston. It was a nationwide show.
Okay. Well, then now that I know it's made in Boston, I rescind my criticism
Yeah,
because Massachusetts can do no wrong. Do you say you're from
exactly.
Massachusetts? Do you say you're from Boston?
I say I'm from fucking Massachusetts. When they ask me questions and they can go, "You seen Jaws?" and they go, "Yeah," I'm like, "That's where I'm from. That's where I hang around." Great whites up in the bay.
It's weird because Boston has this reputation of racism that is not entirely unearned, and Massachusetts doesn't really. Like Massachusetts is just sort of like people don't really. I feel like they don't connect the two, if that makes sense.
No, people don't think about the rest of Massachusetts. As
Exactly.
someone who, it's like, oh, like New Hampshire, people don't think about it, but I'm like, New Hampshire racist as fuck. Vermont,
New Hampshire, and Maine got some deep South racism buried in them,
yeah.
which is impressive.
Well, really, my stance is most states without, and you've never heard of black people in there, mad racist. And if there are black people there, even more racist because they doing it to people's faces.
That kind of sounds like there's no winning.
Yeah, no, it's racist everywhere. You're gonna have to just learn to deal with it, which is always like
Fuck, he's got a thunder wand.
again always a funny conversation with Juliana about like my high school experiences. Like, yes, things were very racist. It was either focus on how bad things are and how racist it is, or just get on.
I hate how true it is. There's like I knew at the time some of the things that were racist. I knew at the time, but then later, like with hindsight, finding out just how racist things were, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
No,
You mean
the
this
other
wasn't
part,
normal? Like what?
the crazier thing is more of like as you grow, once you're a black kid in a predominantly white town, it's very you don't know shit is not the normal way of interaction until someone points out to you that like this is not normal. The way people interact with you is not normal. Because there'd be times where motherfuckers would just be mad rude, and I'm not talking about like going like at school. I'm just saying like in general, people will just be acting different, and you're just like, "Why are you like? What's going on here? Is this how you normally interact with the world?" I'm concerned for you.
I had extra
Also,
parts too.
yeah, you did all that gassing yourself up, and he still's like, "No."
I gotta fight him from far away. Hold on, my girlfriend's texted me.
You gonna have sex with your girlfriend?
What the fuck? Where the fuck did that come from? That's inappropriate.
Oh no.
I am your boss here. What do you?
Whoa.
That's
whoa,
inappropriate.
Whoa.
You work for me.
I don't get a paycheck. That's slavery.
Wait, shit. You volunteer for me. I'm paying you an
Yeah.
exposure. Okay.
Wow.
She ordered. She had to give a presentation to defend her her club today.
Oh, what
and,
club is she a part of?
The Rainbow Club.
Oh, you gotta let that rock.
Right? In
Yeah,
Massachusetts? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I get it. Because there's definitely one guy who's using that fucking club excuse to like. They definitely have a department minimum of everyone's got to like watch two clubs, and his is like, oh, I got the origami arts club.
Not quite.
We need-
It's pretty good. So this is what happened. Everyone was supposed to give presentations defending her clubs because it's basically like a budget type thing.
Yeah.
And they gave them ahead of time to each other to like kind of prep, and she gave hers, and they were like, Amy, yours is so good, you need to go first. And then she texted me and she was like, I was worried about it, and I was like, Amy, they made you go first because yours is the best. Why would you be worried? Like what?
No, I get that though.
You're already good. You're probably already passed. Like.
But also, I'm just like, what? Imagine y'all gonna
Imagine,
say
if you will.
we got no budget. We ain't got no budget to support the kids out here. Which
Yeah.
is why, because I can't talk about that. Never mind.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm watching a property owned by your parent company.
Oh, wait, what? What? How? I I don't.
On age group?
I don't want to know. Never mind.
Yeah, whatever. Also, hanging out with school teachers always funny because they just be like, have hope in the kids. It's wild. I was hanging out with my friend's partner. We went on a double date, and they're a high school teacher, and I was just
Did you
like,
guys swing?
no.
Not this time. Okay.
Did we have that conversation about swinging?
We did.
Okay.
We did.
I was just like, I had an in-depth conversation with someone about swinging.
It was me. On this series.
Which is again, wild concept, but
well, you never got back to me because you were kind of broken up. I wanted to say,
what?
Is it more crazy for a friend? Like, what's the worst or what's weirder situation for a friend to suggest swinging, and be like, "Do you want to come to this swinging party?" Or for a friend to invite you to a party and then you find out it's swinging?
Being invited to a party and the swinging is wild. Because now you're there.
Now you're gonna be like, "Hey, I don't trust you anymore."
No, not that. Because I don't think there's any issue with that. It's more of like,
I think there's issue with not telling you ahead of time. I'll say.
Why didn't you have a conversation with me if I was into this? Because now I have to explain to my lady what I was doing at that party and what vibe I'm giving off to my friends.
I mean, I assume they would bring her.
True. So if they do,
they want her more than you.
Yeah, that goes back to my open relationship dilemma.
What?
You ask about right. If you were a man, ask your woman for an open relationship.
You can't do that. That's
no.
Oof.
You're gonna be sitting in your living room, and she's gonna be getting her back blown out and getting a lot more play than you, and you just gonna be sitting there.
I feel like so many sitcoms have gone through this exact scenario of just being like someone the dude will ask for like a threesome or something, and then and then they'll or the dude will ask for an open relationship, and then they'll do it reluctantly. She didn't want to do it, but the second they do, she's banging left and right. He's getting no one. It's like,
exactly.
Yeah, did you forget how hard this part was? Like, to get someone to like agree to have sex with you? Like,
again, imagine going to a swinging party. This is the other reason why I'm against it. And again, everyone's choosing your girl. Yeah, everyone's choosing your girl, and none of the women want to sleep with you. Like now you just looking like, oh shit, yep, and then you realize that your partner's with you for your personality, which that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
I think one thing coming back or thinking about it again is I don't know that I'm open enough to watch someone I care about get plowed. I don't know that I am. I don't think that's my thing. I think that might not be my thing. Like, and if it's your thing, hey.
That's
do whatever
fine.
works.
That's up to you, yeah.
Like
consenting adults, I can't
hell
hate.
Yeah, I got nothing
for
against
me
you.
Personally,
do whatever you want.
Nah.
But me, I don't know.
I can't do that.
I don't know, Chief.
That's mad wild. That's wild. I need strangers. If I'm watching people have sex, strangers.
Oh, that was so fucking slick, dude. Okay, that was less slick.
You missed every fucking swing. You look like a character from The Sandlot.
I had to like really frantically attack him because I was like, I am not getting this chance again.
Oh hey, you had no arrows.
Yeah, I keep running out of arrows. I gotta find a better source for him.
Oh, it's Ghost of Tsushima. I don't like games that don't let you make your own arrows.
I can see that.
Because I'm always just like, yeah, nah. I remember playing The Last of Us, and I was like, I understand why I do not have to go sit at a desk to craft an arrow or what. There was some game I was playing. I think it was Assassin's Creed where I was like, I understand that like I can make this shit real quick. Just give me some fucking rope and all the shit. Like if I have the materials, I should be able to do it. I understand that like, oh, I should go and get the materials, but I feel like nah, I should be able to do that wherever.
Can you not craft your own stuff in Ghost of Sushi? I thought you could. It's been a while since I played.
Depends on the item, I believe, but I don't believe so.
I just realized he doesn't have his thing. He didn't drop it. The thing that goes in the the ball.
It's gotta be somewhere around here.
I wonder if I knocked it off him at some point.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we got this shit. So, nope, too late. Sorry, friend. I was gonna make it quick and easy. Oh my god, he's got thunder arrows. What the fuck? Why?
You came strapped.
Watch me not get any. Yeah, I don't see. I just see his fucking bow. All right, I guess. Oh, there it is.
Remember
Okay,
when
it
you
respawned.
made Remember when you made fun of me for not crying forever?
For what?
Remember I was like in 26. Oh wait,
Ooh,
actually,
lots of rupees there.
yeah, that's a
Again,
lot of
still have
rupees.
not had a blue, red, or green rupee. Only 100 or 300.
Yo, inflation in Hyrule gotta be crazy.
That's a pretty good reward though. Just so far, I know we're not even done yet, but that's pretty good. Pretty good start.
This is what something I was having a shower thought of something I wanted to
Hold on, real quick.
talk.
You were talking about me making fun of you for crying or not crying.
No, for not crying. For like,
That
yo,
sounds more
are
like
you
me.
heartless?
Yes, that sounds like something I would say.
Because I was like 2017. I think I was in grad school, and everyone was telling me about like, oh yeah, I cry, da da da, talking about feelings and crying, and I'm just like, I do not cry. I do not understand the concept of I'm being brought to tears because I am so sad
You're a
or so happy.
sociopath because you lack
All right,
empathy.
all right, and then I got dumped, and then I started crying again. And then I started dating Juliana, and she's just like, "It's weird that you don't cry." And I'm like, "Why am I supposed to cry? I haven't like things have been bad." And then we watched The Farewell at the beginning of the pandemic, and that's a movie that made me fucking weep.
I don't know what the farewell is, but yeah,
It's
I mean that's how it always happens for me. Is I'll be like emotionally invested in something, a game, movie, show, it doesn't matter, and then something will happen to something that I'm emotionally invested in, and I'll
the
cry.
waterworks.
Yeah, I don't mind. I cried on stream like Sunday.
Oh wow! What
Yeah.
the fuck?
So we did a. This is going to be hyper specific, and I don't know if it's a good reason to cry. I think I just got overwhelmed. We were doing a rank 380 Digimon stream,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
towards
yeah.
like 360, like towards the end, we're like 3 or 4 hours in. They went through and did a bunch of different Agumons, and then the last one was like Rex, which is the name I always give to whatever like monster I get. So in Pokemon, Digimon, whatever, like whenever you can name your companion, it's always the first name I get. It's just something I've been doing since I was a kid. But because I've recorded for a fucking 10.5 years, they spliced together like 20 clips of me going, and here's Rex, and here's Rex, and I was like, oh,
Oh wow!
so many
Okay.
memories. I got overwhelmed. But
No, that's it.
I
Yeah,
went back and watched the
makes
clip,
sense.
and I was like, they caught me so quickly too. Like it was like immediate, where I was like, it's just like the third clip, and I was like,
I
ah!
thought I thought it was gonna be something like very horrible had happened to you on Sunday, and you just
No.
hadn't
So
told me.
this is the funny thing, like my, you know, a good amount of my backstory, my life story, my origin
Yeah.
story, so to speak. I've had a lot of shit happen to me, and that stuff doesn't make me cry. I cry for fictional things, almost exclusively, and that's just how it is. All right, all of that work was for one shrine and a Thunderblade, so I hope it was worth it. Well, that's not sure. We got some swag from the 3 boss fights. It wasn't bad. I didn't intend to do this. I just sort of just stumbled into it, which is pretty much the game in a nutshell. Of like, well, I found something. Let me pull in this thread and see where it goes. Like, and the beauty of the game. What were you gonna
Sorry,
say? What?
Nothing. A personal matter.
Well, good
But
news. We're about to wrap up, so you can tell me in
good.
a second. And then you can also tell me what weird apartment situation is happening that somehow my parent company is involved with, because I don't know that they're
not
involved
my-
in
not my-
the property
not my
business.
not my apartment. I meant the intellectual property.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah, it was like
I was like, what? They got into real estate? How bad? How bad have things gotten? Like,
I mean, they definitely have a subsidiary company for real estate, but
I mean, who among us doesn't, right?
yeah.
But that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this goes well. Carlos didn't break up during this. That's good. I think it
Yeah,
should be
part
good on my
5
side.
Yeah, it was good on my side. That shit was crystal clear.
What's that? It's a cow or something. It was very weird. All right, we'll see you guys in part 6.